Since this is the first time posting a review to my channel, I'd like to take a minute to outline my scoring system. I don't think that games should be rated on a 1 to 10 scale, as my 10 could be your 6, and vice versa. Instead, I believe games should be rated based on what they're worth, as in how much of your hard-earned cash should go into purchasing the game. As such, games will be rated on a scale of 0 to 60, with 0 being you should never buy the game, and 60 being you should buy this game as soon as possible. I hope that you'll find this is at least an interesting spin on games ratings, and use this to help save you and your friends some money. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, Dying Light! Dying Light is a first-person action-adventure title from Polish developer Techland, which brought us gems such as Call of Juarez, The Cartel, the brown shoot-'em-up known for shitty character design, and Dead Island Riptide, the brown bland beat-'em-up known for shitty melee combat design. So you may be asking yourself, which one exactly is Dying Light? Well, as it turns out, Techland has been investing in some quality time with good game design, and ended up making a brown beat 'em and shoot 'em up with only slightly shitty design. In Dying Light, you play as Kyle Crane, an agent of the GRE, or Global Relief Effort, sent into the fictional setting of Haran, to find a file that has bad things about the government and blah blah blah. I'm back. Your insertion goes haywire and you get attacked by bandits, which you shoot, then you get attacked by zombies, then you get rescued by 2 survivors and one of them is killed. What follows is an interesting 10 or so hours of being buddy-buddy with the survivors and stabby-stabby with the bandits. Also, there are zombies, which might be obvious given that Dying Light is a zombie game, but they're more like set dressing. There's a very real sense that everyone in Haran knows what a zombie is, and we don't have to waste 3 hours going, "They're eating people! What the fuck? I've never played Left 4 Dead before!" There's much more of a story about the people surviving the outbreak rather than the outbreak itself. The whole zombie thing allows for limits on the player character and the world he inhabits, plus it gets the added benefit of coming by and drop-kicking the plot every time it stalls, which is often.
Okay.
The sinister corporation behind the outbreak, because there's always a sinister corporation behind the outbreak, is set up to be the big bad, but the last half of the game has you chasing some dick who likes cutting hands off, and looks like he's trying so hard to be Voss from Far Cry 3 that I honestly thought he was going to start asking me if he ever told me the definition of insanity. Unfortunately, just when you think the game world can't possibly have any boundaries, the storyline stuffs you into the sewer system to fight zombies. Why this made sense to Techland when they were designing a free-running game is beyond me, but in these sections, and there are quite a lot of them, you don't get to use most of the skills you've been paying hard-earned skill points for. The level design is pretty good, as the overworld gives a decent variety of landscapes from urban cities to industrial vistas to even fishing villages and outcroppings of rocks. And when you get to the other part of the city, you're greeted with an almost Assassin's Creed feel, as the buildings are higher and spread farther apart between clusters, allowing for awesome leaps between rooftops that made me feel like a mix between Batman and someone whose parents are still alive. So gameplay consists of the standard array of hacky, slashy, punchy, kicky, bangy, bangy affairs we've come to know about zombie games, but it gets a bit of a fresh spin. Instead of having a boring brown cityscape that you run from building to building, massacring hordes of zombies in, there's a slightly less boring brown cityscape that you jump from building to building, or, when you have the appropriate skill, zombie to zombie. But with weapon degradation fucking you over at the wrong time, or your throwable weapons being slightly less effective than gently stroking the hair out of a bandit's face at killing things, you get immersed in a combat system that doesn't offer too much depth, but allows for experimentation. Such experiments like, hey, I wonder if I can kill 3 zombies in one swing of this sledgehammer. Oh my god, it worked! And holy shit, I found a pistol in this police van. Let me see how cool this is. Bang bang, why am I suddenly crowd surfing at an orgy inside a cemetery? The true depth, admittedly, comes with enemy design, with your standard infected posing no threat alone or in pairs, but quickly becoming almost unmanageable in groups of 3 or more. They're slow, so you can circle around them, but at the same time they're mostly quiet. Frequently I've been dispatching 1 or 2, only to find 5 or 6 or 20 shambling up behind me to taste the new American cuisine that's been imported into the country. But there's a few twists. There are tons of bandits to fight, which block and dodge your hits and amusingly are afraid of guns. Virals, which are essentially like bandits but louder. Ones that spit acid, ones that are really big, the other ones that are really big, and of course the ones that blow you up and kill you if you get within the same postal code. When night comes, the gameplay formula gets flipped on its head, as it's near impossible to see farther than the tip of your rusty pipe number 4362 and the new zombie type, which I can only describe as zombie vampire. In the night, these zompires get to roam around fucking shit up like you wouldn't believe. You have to avoid them, or they'll call out to every zombie within a 40-mile radius to hunt you down. It's there that the game really shines, when you feel almost as if you're really in danger, as the Vambies can rip your heart out through your anus in a few microseconds. The graphics are pretty good, as well they should be for a game on the PS4, with lighting effects being unironically the best part about Dying Light's graphics. The only problem I had with it is the color palette. It seems like everything was put through like a washed out brown filter, which I thought we were starting to move away from as a society, but I guess I was wrong. The sound design is impeccable, with limbs and body parts separating from enemies with satisfying crunches, rips, and squelches. Also, as soon as you break your first neck or leg, you're really gonna feel something awesome. All in all, Dying Light is a well put together, jumpy, slashy, fun time. Something that we haven't really seen too much of in the next generation. There's not much meat in the storyline, but it definitely tries. All things considered, if it had better writing, I'd be tempted to give it a chance at Game of the Year. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to give it a 35 out of $60. So let me know what you think about Dying Light in the comment section below. Make sure to subscribe if you care about getting more reviews that are honest and tell you how much a game is actually worth or something. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, I guess. I'm going to put that right down in the description, @FlukeNetwork. I've been doing a lot of Gamergate-related tweets because it's something that's kind of important to me. So if you like any of that, just do it. Fucking do it.
Plain white walls all around. There's no color to be found. Took my heart, stole my dreams, told me I am a machine. I'm breaking out, I'm tired of this. How much more can we take? How much more can we take? To live our lives in black and white. I'm a die fighting for the real world.
Welcome to the real world.